Hello, beautiful people, and Happy New Year. Honestly, I'm here, the creator and writer of the Honesty Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cousins in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlemagne the God, it will not stop me. If at any time in this message you find something that touch you, heal you, make you say, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you make it to the end of this video and you're not subscribed, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? And if if I do mention anything in this video, as in podcast episodes, TV shows, links, whatever, make sure you check out the description box below because there are always angel messages, and again, additional guidance. Angel number 51. Hi guys. Welcome back. I am so excited to be with you guys. I'm so excited, but I'm also I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit in my feelings. I had something happen in my personal life, but we'll just see if it comes out in the cards. So let's get into it. Angel number 109. Dear God, guardian angels, ancestors, what information do you have for us or deem worthy for us to hear at this time? Please deliver these messages to me and through me. In God's name I pray, Ashe. Give us 2 cards, God. What do we need to know to become the alchemist of our lives here in the year 2022? Oh, 2 cards came right out. Thank you, God. And they came out all mysterious. The 2 cards that came out is expansiveness. I love this. In faith. Ooh, excuse me. Expansiveness and faith. Please excuse my nails, guys. I just realized I have the type of nails that it don't matter if I do shellac, if I do regular polish, for some, unless I get fake nails, nails just do not stay on my hands. And I hate fake nails because they make my nails so brittle and just, this sounds crazy, but I think I'm about to try some press-ons. I think this got to be the year to press-ons for me because I like having my nails done. But literally when I tell y'all, polish does not stay on my hand for longer than a week. It's fucking ridiculous. But anyways, with this message of expansiveness and faith, the message that I get, the intuitive message that I get from this right away is that God is saying that if you want to see an expansiveness in your life, whether that is an expansiveness in your income, and when we're thinking expansiveness, this is literally angel and a hot air balloon. So it's up in the clouds. So it's bigger than your wildest imagination, bigger than your normal circumstances. I feel like God is saying if you want that, whether that is maybe you want a house that you've never had, you want a big amazing house, or maybe you want this big amazing career, or maybe you want this big amazing love life. Whatever it is, I feel like what God is saying is that you have to have faith. I think we don't talk about faith enough, and I really feel like that's why a lot of people are miserable and depressed and just not doing what they love. I really feel like the world is in chaos because we've all, especially here in America, but it's so crazy because America, we're the leader of the world, and we're literally leading the world in a trash can, right down the drain. But that's a story for another day. But what was I about to say? Oh, I feel like so many of us has been taught oh, well, you have to do, if you want to be successful, you have to be a lawyer, doctor, blah, blah, blah. If you want to be successful, you have to make 6 figures. You have to be an engineer or something like that. And I feel like a lot of us bought into that. And so we did that. We got those degrees, and then we get in these careers and we're fucking miserable. And for a lot of people, the normal person, they will stop. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'll be 33 years old this year. I have 2 degrees. I have a bachelor's and a master's. I started my career off in public accounting. I can stop. It's who the world, I'm accomplished. To the outside world, bitch, you made it, But to me, that is not, it's not success to me. To me, I'm not happy. To me, I'm not satisfied. To me, I still want to keep grinding. To me, it's success equals true fulfillment in what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's going to be days where, you don't want to do certain things because I feel like that's just human, but it's on the average, are you happy on your job, or are you happy? Are you not happy? And on a very random tangent, I went to go drop off, my mom's birthday is on the 31st. So I went to go drop off her present. And her coworker was there, and he is African. And you know, he owns several businesses. He's a very successful man. And he was telling me that he was leaving his job. He's like, yeah, I'm going to retire. Like, I'm done at this year because it's just not fun no more. And, you know, my mom was like, yeah, he used to travel on the road. He's like, yeah, you know, he's like, the job worked for me. He was like, yeah, I had, mind you, he's probably a millionaire. He has businesses and all other forms of income outside of work, but he stayed at his job so much because it was fun and because it was beneficial to him. He was like on an outstate travel team. And so instead of like, you know, flying everywhere, he would drive to the different client sites and then go see things about his other businesses along the way. I say all that to say, like, for some of us, we are in jobs that may not necessarily be the careers of our dream, but it's beneficial and it's fulfilling and it's helping us. Like, I realize, like, my job, yeah, I'm happy I got a promotion, but I know this is not my end all be all. I know I don't want to be here for another 20 years, but it's comfortable for me. It allows me to be able to do what I need to do while also providing for myself. So I feel like when we talk about taking leaps of faith does not have to be you leaving your job, because this card of faith is coming out, angel number 631. That's why I'm saying leap of faith. It's not about you leaving your job, but it's about you having that job, knowing in your soul this is not your end all be all, and then actually trying to figure something out, trying to make your way out of that hole. Too often, so many of us, we get our degrees, we get in our jobs, and we're like, this is miserable, this sucks. But instead of being like, this miserable, this sucks, let me go find something else, we be like, well, I guess we talk to our parents and they're like, well, that's life. That's how you're supposed to do it. And nobody's happy. Everybody's, you know, all this stuff. And then we like, we trick ourselves into being like, oh, well, it's not that bad. Everybody has a shitty job. Nobody loves what they do for a living. So whatever, let me do this. And then you go on, you stay in that shitty job, you go find somebody, had kids, populate, and now all of a sudden you look up 20 years later, you still in that fucked up job. You ain't did shit with your life. And then fast forward another 20 years, you're on your deathbed. So I say all that to say, whether you realize yesterday, whether you realize today, whether you realize 2 weeks ago, this is not the life for me, I want to do something different, congratulations. You are rare. You are a rare motherfucking breed, because so often, so many people are in shitty situations and they don't do shit about it. So many people are depressed and sad and lonely and miserable and they won't do shit about it. They tell themselves lies about, well, you know, this is what marriage is. This is what this. And it's like, no, you do not, as a human, you don't have to be uncomfortable and miserable. And actually, when you are uncomfortable and miserable, it's a signal to do something different. It's a signal to take a leap of faith and try something different. A leap of faith is trying something different. It's not, you don't know if it's going to work out. It's just trying something different. Let me just do something different. And the beauty of taking leaps of faith is that you can do one leap of faith and try another leap of faith and do all that. But if you leave your job, then you know, that's what I'm saying. This is why I'm telling you, we need to redefine what it means to take a leap of faith. But I'm going to get off my soapbox and actually get a message from the universe, because I am curious to know, what does this message of expansiveness and faith mean? God, guardian angels, ancestors, beings of light. I'm actually going out into the universe. So what's up, my beings of light? What's up, my ascended masters? What do our ancestors, what would you like us to know about this message of expansiveness and faith? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. What do you want us to know about expansiveness and faith? And the message, in case I confuse some of you guys, is that no matter what, whether you want an expansiveness in your love life or you want an expansiveness in your career, faith is the number one ingredient. And to have faith is to be willing to try something different without knowing the end result. The 3 cards that came out for us that I'm going to focus on is, you have more options than you realize for this expansiveness. A lot of you guys feel trapped. A lot of you guys feel like, well, I've been at this job. I have heard this so many times for people who are 30 who's 30 years old and ain't got no kids. I'm too old. Girl, if you don't turn on Bravo and get fucking motivated, okay? With this message of faith, and turn on Bravo and get motivated. Because if Bravo hasn't told us anything, it told us if you still have the body for it, if you're bold enough and you have enough goals, you can do anything in this world. Anything in this world. I think I want to say, wasn't Karen Huger a stay-at-home mom like her whole life? You know, she was just with Ray, and all of a sudden she has, you know, her candle lines, her wig lines. I mean, yes, we talk about these people on these housewives, but we should really look at their lives as an example. If they could just wake up and at 40 years old get a major platform and change their life, why can't you? And you don't have to have a major platform. You could just literally be like, you know what? I don't want life to be like this no more. I want something different. And then try to do something different. But whatever you got, whatever is on your mind about how you want to expand in this year, God is telling you that you have more options than you realize and that you are not trapped. The next message that came out is what you give will come back. For faith, what you give will come back. I think this is actually very funny because for the first time I told somebody what the goal was for this channel, like how many videos I have to do, and she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I know. Like, and she's like, well, how many have you done? I'll tell y'all, 300 and 365. After 365 videos, daily motivational videos, I am done. I don't count the moon readings or anything like that, but after 365 videos, that's how many God told me to do. And she was just like, what? And I was like, yeah, like, I know it sounds insane, but this is something that God has asked me to do, and I'm going to see it through. And I tell you guys that because with this message of faith, what you give will come back. What God is trying to get you to understand, I think for a lot of us, creatives, inventors, like just good people in general, like we feel like because in the past, we've been fucked over, or in the past life hasn't been kind to us, and you wonder, well, how is it gonna get better? Will it possibly get better? And it takes me back to this message of expansiveness, and you have more options than you realize. You will never know if life can get better if you don't try. Like, I think it's insane for somebody to be in a place where they are literally not happy on a day-to-day basis and they don't do anything to try to make it better. Like nothing. That's like the definition of insanity. But you have to know that when you're willing to take that first step, God is going to follow up with something. It may not be what you thought it was going to be, but it'll be something. I have the first event for Honestly Sis on January 18th. And I was talking to the astrologer Des. Me and her had a conversation last night, and we were just talking about how, you know, like the scene in the Matrix. Let me slow down. Agent 1333. We were talking about the Matrix, and we were talking about that scene where the Oracle was talking about how she didn't tell Neo, and I want to say it was the Matrix 2. She didn't tell Neo what he needed to hear. She didn't tell Neo the truth. She told him what he needed to hear. And I think so often we don't realize that that's how God and our spirit team works. Another example of this. God told me to start, to write my book. I did not know from writing my book Honestly Sis will be birthed. I didn't know that from writing my book, I would end up magically doing these videos. Like none of this was in my plan, but by me walking down that path of trying to create my book, trying to figure this out, other things came into play. Another example of this, and not me, but when I was talking to Des, and I hope she doesn't mind me kind of saying, putting her business out there. But she was talking about how, she was in a place where she was, praying to her God, and God told her to do astrology. And she was just like, okay, you know, like, all right, I'm gonna do this. And she said she didn't know what it was gonna lead to, but for her having her starting to understand astrology led to her doing social media content, led to her being able to freelance and live a lifestyle of her own self. And so, like, I say all these things to let you know that your God is not you. I say it all the time. You don't need to know all the steps to take the first step. But if you don't take the first step, you won't even know what comes after that. And then with this message of what you give will come back, I feel like that is how the universe works. You put out in the world what you want to receive. But I think if you don't open yourself up to receive it or be willing to try to do something different, how can you ever get it? Right? Those you love you. So I just feel like this message, it's not only about being right. And so I feel like what God is just trying to let you understand is like, it's not always about being right. It's not about being about you knowing the big picture. It's not about any of those things. But I feel like God is saying he needs you to be willing to take the first step. And you have to know that what you give out is what you get back. I actually was listening to, what was it? Oh, Super Soul Conversation. And it was with Dr. Michael Bedford. And he was talking about manifestation and like why a lot of people don't manifest the life in their dreams, or how like lottery winners can win a whole bunch of money and then like in a couple of years be broke. And it's because he said like you have to be willing to become what you want to receive. So to put it in layman's term, if you want to have a loving relationship, a compassionate relationship, a relationship where you feel seen, then you have to lead with that. You have to become love yourself. You have to love yourself in that way so that you can love another. I think the same thing goes with like businesses. And I'm getting on a tangent, but I at the sum of this, I feel like what God just wants you to realize is that what you give out is what comes back to you. And so if you are taking a leap of faith and you doing it with love, then what's going to come back to you is love. But if you stay in a situation out of fear, what's going to multiply is more fear. I'm done. I'm going to move on. I'm actually going to go ahead and wrap up this message with a sacred rebel. So it's kind of calling out to me. And I think I need to get some more oracle cards. I think we're there. I think we need some more oracle cards. Okay, God. Clarify this message of expansiveness, faith. You have more options than you realize. What you give come back to you. God, what do you want us to know about not being trapped? What is this message here for? What are you asking us to take a leap of faith on? What are you asking us to realize that we have more options on? I just keep getting the message of like, this feels like a career message. This genuinely feels like a career message. And God is like trying to like, I feel like God is saying he's trying to expand your horizons. He's trying to show you that there's multiple ways for you to make income. But you have to be willing to take that leap of faith. And I know for myself, I'm definitely in that place of where I'm trying to learn how to, listen to God and move without fear. That's actually why I'm doing this series of events, because I'm trying to just, trust God. All right. So the message that came out is, I love this so much. Angel number 39 is free from judgment, free to love. Angel number 1903. The message at the bottom of this is relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. This message is just letting you know to just let go of fear. And I think that's so, look how funny, it's crazy. I have to stop saying this. It's crazy that I was talking all about how if you move in faith out of love, then what you'll get back is more love. But if you stay in a situation out of fear is what you'll get is more fear. And what came out is relax the hold of darkness and be at cause, and then freedom from judgment, free to love. So it's like God clarifying that it's okay for you to let go, stop doing things out of fear. Like, I feel like what God is saying is, I can't bless you if you're going to do things out of fear. I can't help you if you continue to hold on to darkness, continue to hold on to all of the negativity. But if you would just let yourself go and know that you're free to love, then God can give you all the things that are truly meant for you. All right. You know what, guys? I got to stop taking a break, because what I'm realizing is it's becoming harder and harder to get back in flow. So I need to get back on my consistency. So I will apologize to you guys for not being consistent. And I promise you guys, I'm going to be better. I'm not going to be a robot. I'm still trying to learn how to balance, but I am going to do better. Okay. Imagine a world so infused with bliss, love, and wonder that you naturally and always feel safe as nourished. Start over. Freedom from judgment, free to love. Imagine a world so infused with bliss, love, and wonder that you naturally and always feel as safe as a nourished, cherished baby in the arms of the universal mother. Life mothers us with kindness, and sometimes when we need it to grow through challenges as well. Accepting this mothering in its gentle and fierce faces can be difficult at times, yet there are those brave enough in spirit to go forth on their path with absolute trust in the universal mother. Some are even part of her plan to help mother others so they too can surrender fear and live more freely. This oracle comes with a special message for you. You are learning about mothering and being mothered. You might not do this in a typical way. It might be through bearing children, and it could also be through adopting children, raising children, or otherwise taking care of children and loving them as if they are your own. You might also be learning how to mother on a rather different scale, working with groups, community, causes, or purposes that need your devotion, your energy, your belief in their value, and your willingness to be wild, tigerous, or the supportive shoulder to lean upon. In order to bring those worthwhile groups to life, you may also be an aspect of the universal mother on a spiritual level. Some people that do this are male, some are female. Some have children and some do not. Some are healers and some work in seemingly more ordinary professions. They have a mothering aspect in common, and they love and respect life. They believe in life and are moved by compassion and are genuinely encouraging and respectful of people. Rather than taking perverse delight when someone stumbles, they want to help. They are ordinary people with an extraordinary natural tendency to nurture life around them. This oracle brings you confirmation that you are amongst the universal mother's special plan of nurturing spirits that help to honor life on this planet. You are also being asked to open up to receive more nurturing. You can do this for yourself. You can also choose to open up and allow others to nurture you. It might make you feel a little vulnerable at first, especially if you are not used to doing this, but you do not have to worry. You will get used to valuing yourself enough to know that needing love and affection from another is an opportunity, not only for you to receive, but for someone else to give, which involves them being received too. If you are tired and have been taking care of everyone else, then take some time to shift the pattern and allow life to support you too. The universal mothers helps the helpers so that they can keep helping. It works rather well, you see, for those that give so much to receive abundantly. If you have been asking life for a solution to a specific difficulty you have been facing, this oracle comes with a message that a solution is in gestation right now. The situation is already being sorted out, and the resolution will come to fruition very soon. Hold tight and wait for the imminent birth of that resolution. This is also a confirmation if you are interested in working with children, the inner child, with art therapy for emotional healing, or any sort of uninhibited creative expression that helps dislodge social conditioning and open up to more spontaneous, free-based existence, then yes, go ahead and do it. The universal mother is supporting you and cannot get a more powerful ally. This oracle also brings you a message about love. You may find that you are loving or will soon love in a different way. You may worry about this love, given that it defies what you have known or been taught about love. Perhaps you are becoming able to love another tremendously, even though you don't have much of a personal relationship with them. You might question if this love is real. It is real, it is just happening at a different level to love and attachment you experience when you are involved in a personal relationship with someone. It is not more or less, it is just a different facet of love. It may be that you are opening up to the love of the planet and her creatures, including animal, the ocean dwelling life, your own body, the trees, and so on, more than before. You may feel passionately purposeful about giving your time and energy to causes that protect and nurture the earth and her creations. You are affirmed in this love too. The Universal Mother is operating through you to nurture life. She will support you in your work so that you continue to come from love and not become drained, depleted, or lost in despair or fear of infertility. Instead, you will be energized and expanded by your dedicated service to life. Finally, this oracle has a message for those who may be feeling alone or lonely and in need of great nurturing from others. You are asked to stop, relax, center, and settle into your body to feel your connection with life itself. The air in your lungs is the same air that moves the trees. The water in your blood is the same water that fills the ocean, and is moved by the phases of the moon. The water in your blood is the same water that fills the ocean and is moved by the phases of the moon. The flesh of your body is the same substance as the body of the earth itself. The heat in your digestive system is the same fire and heat that is of the sun. Feel this connection, then do something nice for another without an agenda. Make a donation, even just a small one. Smile, say a prayer, send out a good thought, or make a wish for another. That's it. You have connected to life again, and in doing so, life can connect with you, and so it shall. All right, angel number 2644. So I hope that you heard all of those confirmations in there. I know right here what it said. Where was it at? Stop, relax, center, and settle into your body. Relax and do the cause. It says something about you are affirmed in this love. She will support your work so you will not become depleted and drained. Remember, what you put out is what you get back. And so to conclude this message is just all about you taking that first step of faith. You trying to do something different. You relaxing this hold of darkness that has taken over you, and just trying to do something from a place of love. Because what this message is letting you know, that when you do something from a place of love and you do it for the love of yourself, the love of the planet, the love of the community, then life itself will get back to you. All right, y'all. If that is your hope and your wish, put your hand on your heart and touch and agree with me as I say this. I now release from my body, mind, and heart any negative mothering experiences that will prevent me from receiving the healing grace, love, and support of the Universal Mother through the natural flow of life. May I be blessed and held in her loving embrace so that I may grow into all that I am. So be it. I now put this on your lower belly if you can. I've now released from my body, mind, and heart any negative mothering experiences that have prevented me from receiving the healing grace, love, and support of the Universal Mother through the natural flow of life. May I be blessed and held in her loving embrace so that I may grow into all that I am. So be it. I now release from my body, mind, and heart any negative mothering experiences that will prevent me from receiving the healing grace, love, and support of the Universal Mother through the natural flow of life. May I be blessed and held in a loving embrace so that I may grow into all that I am. So be it. Ashe. All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have for you. I have no idea what ideas been on your mind, gestating, God's been putting in your head, what dream keep haunting you at night. All I would say is that you will never know until you do it. You will never know until you go. So leap and watch God catch you. All right, y'all. That's all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end and you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Angel number 2940. See you soon. Bye.